2020 was quite the crazy year, I'm sure you'll agree. There was the obvious pandemic that swept across the world, which made almost every country basically go into lockdown, if not multiple of them. This lockdown definitely affected me in terms of changing the way I operated as a YouTuber, as a buyer, as a seller, and as a collector. It gave me more time to reevaluate my collection because I was just sitting at home a lot of the time. It also gave me more time to spend more because I was sitting at home scrolling through my phone, just looking at things potentially to buy on eBay and Facebook. But also, it really allowed me to have time and treasure the stuff I wanted and look at what I really wanted to collect. So that being said, here is the top 10 toys and figures that I collected over 2020. Hi, I'm Chris from TommytoothpasteToys and welcome to my top 10 2020 video. So coming in at number 10 is Naki, the plushy dog that I got. I got this in the summer when loads of the restrictions were lifted and I went down to see my parents in London. I went to a charity shop and I picked him up for £1. He comes intact with his gloves and his cape, and he is from Parkdean Resorts, which I think is a kind of theme park, or some sort of kids park. He is huggable Naki, it says here, and you can pick these up on the website www.sparkiescrew.com. and this was made in 2013, and the reason I really like this guy is because he's sort of like an evil Naki. I think they call him Naughty Naki, this one, or is he just generally called Naughty Naki? But he's got the gloves and the cape, and he's got the awesome SK stamp there. So that is my number 10. Number 9 is a toy I had been wanting for a while. I saw it come out, I think it was about a year and a half ago, but when I first saw it in the shops was Christmas, so December or late November of 2019, and I saw it in the Playmobil section in Selfridges, and I was like, really want that figure, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to spend that sort of money on it. Then I found it randomly in a car boot for 50p. I got it for, and it is the Playmobil Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He is awesome looking. I love the size of him. He's slightly taller than the original the real Ghostbusters Marshmallow Man, but he looks great. He's in really good condition, I think you'll agree. So it was quality to pick him up for 50p. Really chuffed with that. Number 8 is these awesome McDonald's chicken nugget Halloween sets. These 4, so the ghost, the vampire, the witch and Frankenstein, are all part of the original set in the UK, which dates from 1992. I know America have got some other figures. They got like a pumpkin, and I think you can get this weird monster, but they're all from a different sort of set, and they're not from a specific Halloween set, I think. They're obviously rarer to find in this country, so as a result they're pretty expensive to buy, especially when you factor in postage. But I love these. I love the way they come apart. They're just so cool and cheeky, the way they look, and they're all different as well inside. Love the little accessories. They just look great, and they're really great for my collection, which is of a cartoony horror, which I really like. And this one actually glows in the dark, and this one is from 1998, and I got sent this by a fellow dealer and eBay seller from Norwich over here, and he sent it over to me, which was awesome. All I had to do was pay for postage. That was absolute quality. And that is my number 8. Number 7 is this cool figure. He is Garlic Man from the Little Dracula series. It was a cartoon and also a toy line at the same time, as loads of things were from the 80s and the 90s. And he is the evil enemy of all vampires, hence he's got garlic. He's proper quality. He's got his garlic tank and his garlic blaster, which does have a bulb of garlic that shoots out. The pump doesn't seem to work properly, even though I can't see any holes, so I don't know if I'm just not pressing it hard enough, but it's pretty cool. And I love the fact that he's got the shades and the pipes coming out of his mask and everything like that, and a massive garlic bulb for a head. So he is my number 7. Now, being into cartoony horror and wacky sort of horror, obviously things like Beetlejuice are right up my street. I haven't formally gone out of my way to find and hunt down any of the figures, but if I find them cheap enough, I'd obviously pick them up, especially if they're in good condition. I have a little Beetlejuice here with his big head, because it does come off and he has a small head, but I've had that for a couple of years and never really picked up anything else until this year. At a summer car boot, I found for £3 the Beetlejuice Phantom Flyer from 1991 and made by Kenner, which is obviously a massive reputable brand. It is in really good condition, so I was really chuffed to pick it up just for £3, and I think they go normally for about £15. But the wings come down, hence it's called a Phantom Flyer, and the only real bit of damage I can see is on that tyre there. But apart from that, as you can see, it's in really good condition, and it looks great sitting on my shelf now with the Beetlejuice figure sitting in it. Number 5 is this cute little Necker Gizmo plushie. I got him from another car boot, as you'll see by most of my stuff I got from the car boot, and he cost me £1. I got him from this lady who had so many figures, and those of you who remember that video, it was just so many action figures she had for like 50p, or I think it was 3 for £1, which was absolutely astounding. And then this randomly got chucked in right at the end when I went back to her stall, and yeah, he was £1, so pretty awesome, really nice condition, and God, he's so cute, and he just looks awesome sitting on my shelf of all the little horror bits. So that is my number 5. Number 4 is the first figure from a toy line that I've been wanting to start collecting for a while. There is already 4 series of them. I think there's a 5th one already been announced, and they're just so cool. Again, I'm into cartoony horror, so these are right up my street, and they are Necker Toony Terrors, and this one is the Tim Curry Pennywise clown from It. He is quality looking. The detail on these characters that I can see on the images just look great, but now that I got it in person and managed to open one up, just so beautiful. I mean, look at his expression, the colours, the balloon hanging there, which can be removed and everything, and does actually move. He's just so quality, and I can't wait to get more of these characters. I just want to get the lot now, but it's a good thing to just start collecting, and especially I don't collect lots of brand new stuff, so it's really nice to get something that I can open up myself. Makes you feel like a little kid again. So that is my number 4. (2020) was the year that I went a little bit into superheroes and started collecting this toy line that I thought I would never start for a while, because I knew that some of the prices could be quite expensive, but one figure basically opened up the floodgates for me to get the rest, and I managed to get all 6 figures from this toy line. This line, of course, is Defenders of the Earth, and my favourite 2 figures I got was Ming the Merciless and Mandrake, who is my favourite character from Defenders of the Earth. I just love the type of character, and he's like almost not even a proper superhero, he's just a magician who, with real magic powers, who manages to walk around just wearing a top hat and a cape, and walk around with a cane as well in his suit, so I love it. And Ming the Merciless, He came with his cape also in really good condition, and his serpent staff, which looks great as well. So I got these in a bundle with the other figure, the Phantom, and they all had guns as well, and I picked that up, I think it was for 50 quid. So that was one of those crazy purchases I made in lockdown, basically, or crazy for me anyway. Especially the fact that I was going into this uncharted territory of starting to collect other stuff other than Back to the Future, Turtles and horror stuff. These are from 1985, made by Galoob, and like I said before, there was only 6 characters that they made, or 6 figures. I have got all 6 of them now, already this year, but I have none of the craft, so I'm looking to get those slowly, but only if the price is right, because I know some of them can be quite expensive. But his serpent dragony sort of spaceship is awesome looking and will be great to pick up anyway. And that is my number 3. So, number 2, and the runner-up. This item was absolutely awesome, and those of you who haven't seen it on my Instagram or on my YouTube, which I do an unboxing of it all, I picked up for Advent the Back to the Future Advent Calendar, and it came with this item, and I just think it's amazing. It's such a cool item. I'm going to frame it, stick it on my wall because it's so cool, and everyone who sees it says it's just great. And that is the photograph of Marty, Playmobil Marty from the Back to the Future film, with his brother and sister disappearing in it. I mean, is that not amazing or what? Absolutely lovely item, and I'm so chuffed to have it. It's just something so random and unique, and such a nice little touch to have in the Advent calendar. If you didn't manage to get this Advent calendar and are a massive Back to the Future fan or Playmobil fan, or both, try and grab one now. They might be cheaper now, maybe, if you can still get them. Use it for next year. Absolutely quality. And that is my runner-up and number 2. So, number 1. What could it be? This just made it, as it arrived, and I bought it just on top of Christmas, and it arrived actually before the new year. Those of you who have seen on my YouTube and on my Instagram as well, I was so excited to get this figure. It is a rare mail away figure. I'm not going to go too much into the detail, but it's from the CGI TMNT line that I love so much, and the film, and it is of course Bigfoot. Bigfoot is this monster that they fight right towards the beginning of the film. I think it's within the first 15 minutes of the film. Just a tiny little character. It's the first monster that they capture, the Guardians capture, or the Generals, sorry. And they decided to make a mail-away figure because he originally was going to get released with Splinter in a dual pack, and then the toy line started dwindling. No one was really buying it. They had the main Turtles and the main Generals and all that, but they stopped really sort of buying the figures, and they only made, I think, about 40 figures, if that. And loads of that was just variations of the Turtles, and loads of different variations of the Turtles. So they had this one ready, and they knew there was a demand. I'm not sure how they knew there was a demand for it. I don't know if people already knew because they saw the promo shots of this figure going to be with Splinter, and loads of people must have been writing to Playmates basically asking for it. So what they'd done, as the Toylander had been scrapped and no one wanted this figure, they released it as a mail away. I'm not sure what you had to do to get it, but it came with a cool white box that just said TMNT on it, Bigfoot. And basically, he came up on eBay in the UK, which is pretty rare because normally it's in America, so you have to pay silly postage for it, already that the figure is a high price. It was £60, but the seller offered me £50. And I asked Instagram and I had to snap it up. So basically, I ended up with this guy, and he is absolutely phenomenal. Check out my unboxing of this guy. The link will be down below. He is absolutely superb. Love the way he looks, and he just has to be my number one, just for the rarity and the fact that I absolutely love this toy line. So thank you very much, and that was my number one. So there you have it. That concludes my top 10 items that I collected in 2020. As you can see, it's a bit of a mixed bag this year. Normally it is 90% of TMNT items, but this time it's only one item was TMNT. That being said, it was a hell of an item. And like I said at the beginning, lockdown and all that put things into perspective and made me start looking at other things I wanted to collect that I'd collected bits before and just slowly added to. It gave me a chance to add to my cartoony horror stuff quite a lot. Also a bit to my Back to the Future collection, and primarily it gave me the chance to pick up all 6 Defenders of the Earth line, which is a toy line I wanted to collect for a long time. So I'm really happy with what 2020 brought. I hope everyone stayed safe and everything like that, and everyone is well. Wishing you all a happy new year, and hopefully we have a much better 2021 and we can really get back to collecting, doing the things we love, seeing our family, and more importantly, getting to those car boots. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.
Way up north in a house that's new, they will promise me your big feet and you. From your ankle up, I'll say you sure is sweet. From that down, you're just too much feet. Your feet's too big.